Welcome to another episode of Girls Glasses God Podcast.
We are back.
Oh my God, we are back. I feel like
after a long time.
Yeah, and I take accountability for that long time. To be honest, I should have edited some episodes, but
it is what
the water has been more than the what's that thing that they say? Omi Pojokalo. The water has been more than the what? What's okay, Yoruba? More than. The water has been more than the.
I don't know. I will say Gary. Water don't pass Gary. That's what they will say in Benin.
So water don't pass Gary. It's been a crazy busy last 2-3 weeks. So, but
thank God
we released 2 episodes back to back. Because of this. Yes, now we have a target for the end of the year. Like if we don't do that, there is no way. There's no way we can meet that target. There's no way.
Let's watch and see.
I just realized that you have a new
thank you for noticing.
Glass frame. Like I literally just realized now.
This is my glasses that I got last year using my what they call it, like insurance.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it yet because I feel like it's still strong, but I think I need to continue wearing it so that.
Oh, nice.
But you know the funny thing, I got the glasses because of the flowers inside the frame, but nobody can see the frame. So like all you see outside is black, but inside is red.
No, it's not black. It's like bluish.
But it's like you would think it's black, but inside has like red, like flowers. So I'm like,
oh, okay, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice.
But yes, we have a guest on the podcast.
We have a guest. Don't worry, this year we promised you guys. We said we'll bring more guests.
Different people.
And
And this
the first
is
set of
one
people,
of our
our friends who are dragging all of them.
even apart from that, one of our biggest fans of the podcast. So
that's true. Huge shout out for real. Huge. Dotun, did you do podcast rap last year?
oh, he doesn't use Spotify. I think it's only Spotify that
he doesn't use Spotify. That's true.
If you had used
uses
Spotify, I would have probably seen you on
yeah.
it. Yeah.
He uses Apple Podcasts. That's true. Apple Podcasts does not do, but Apple Music does.
They might do this year because everybody is following the trend now. Because even YouTube did last year too, and
especially for
does
podcasts.
not usually do.
Mm-hmm. So Dotun is a big. He's like Dotun is one of those people that when we drop an episode, almost in a week he's listening to that episode. So yeah that's true.
Dotun, thank you for being here.
What are you feeling like?
Thanks for having me.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Dotun.
Hi, Dotun.
Dotun Adidapo.
Anything you want to say?
I'm a big fan of the podcast. I think you guys are doing great job.
Thank you.
Good new glasses frame, by the way. I see what you call it, girls' glasses pod.
So we are changing glasses, Abi.
We are changing glasses. And I'm here with my own imaginary glasses too. Yeah, but Dotun based in Atlanta, from Nigeria, as you can guess from my accent. My very thick accent. Somebody was asking me during the week, like, "Oh yeah, are you from Nigeria?"
Oh, are you
I'm
sure?
like, well, I think you can guess from my strong accent. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. I'm based in Atlanta. I'm a consulting professional. Actually, we are colleagues. Yeah,
professional.
Yeah, professional colleagues and friends. So happy to be on this podcast.
Thank you. Welcome.
One of the things I wanted to say, like as we start, is that the thing you mentioned about the Nigerian accent. I think we are also getting used to like some of the things that we do now. We are rolling our R's like Atlanta, better.
I guess
we are doing it unconsciously now. I was going to say it last time that there was a time that you were saying something, like something better. I was looking at it like this. I was like, you didn't even know.
Do you know even now? Like, okay, so I made short videos on TikTok. So there was one video I made recently. And then I said something. When I was watching that video again, I was like, Ebun.
American.
I was like, people made it. I'm watching it. I'm like, there's some bit of an accent here. I'm like, I mean, look, see, 9 to 5.
After a while, you will change. You will change.
I mean, we can't change fully.
No. I mean, like you will adapt to something.
To some things,
you
yes,
change some
for
things
sure.
That you say.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good to have you here. What have you been up to? So normally, like when we start,
Dotun knows. Don't explain anything. Hello.
That's true.
Who do you think is here on the podcast?
It doesn't matter. Dotun, do you know?
Please put me through. Assume that I do not. Let us pretend like I don't.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, what have you been up to
this week or this past, or what have you been up to recently?
recently? Yeah.
Yes, recently I've been playing this Sunday League, which is a soccer league for 30 plus men.
Is that like physically or like PS5 or
Physically.
Physical league, coordinated league, and it's.
Let me tell you a story about this
interesting.
thing. There was one time we were doing training. I think it was last year when we were doing training. So Dotun has this thing where it has happened to you multiple times in the office.
An alarm, right?
It has an alarm. That alarm is if you are sleeping like 50 miles away. I don't know why the alarm was so loud. So apparently he has an alarm that notifies. I think there's an app that you guys put in if you want to play football on a Saturday or something, whatever. But like when the training and then Dotun's phone rings, you know how techno used to ring back in the days? That was the room went quiet and everyone just looked at him like it happened to him twice, because I remember there was one time too, you were sitting on that table and then your phone just went
Is it the alarm or is like the app, or which one?
So there's an alarm. So you know the way YMCA is that when you want to like go for a class, you have to reserve your space in that class before. So I also have like those reminders on my phone. I'll be like, like register for step up class. So like he also has something like that for his football thingy. So I think the thing fills up very fast, I believe.
Yeah, the poll comes up on 10 a.m. on Friday. So my alarm goes 9:55 on Friday, wherever I am, so that I can quickly be the part of the people to respond. Yeah. There have been a few times people ask me in the office, like, are you just waking up? Like, is this the time you
like,
wake up?
It was so random. Like 10 a.m. in the morning, just get
and
sorry.
I have to put it on ring so that I can be alert. Otherwise, I still
just forget.
Check my phone. But yeah. So yeah, I've been playing my Sunday league, and interesting thing about that league also is because it's a 30 plus league. I'm 33, so I feel young. I'm like one of those 17-year-olds in a normal game because everybody other person is older. So
really? Like way older than 33?
Some are about my age too, but you see people that are like 38, 39, 40, but all these people, play actively. So that's an interesting part of what I've been up to recently.
Do you guys play like competitions and stuff? Like when you say league, like is it like a competition?
It's a proper league, yeah. You like move into the upper
really?
division. You can relegate very organized leagues with like referees, linemen,
but like you guys
recordings,
have teams,
like the team,
or like
the
how
games are
you have
recorded
teams.
in some games. What?
You have teams, like, or is it like individuals that are relegated, or how is it? Is it like actual like Premier League kind of vibe?
We
in the sense of like you have like the people in the Premier League, then you have like all those ones that are below it, then you have teams. Because how do you know who's on your team? How do you that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, so the Friday thing that I was that one is pick up soccer. So the Sunday League is way more organized. You have a team. We have two tiers. Say tier 1, which is like the Premier League, and then we have the tier 2, which is like you're still your team is not that strong yet. We don't want the guys in tier 1 to just beat you so much up. So so that's Sunday League is actually a bit structured.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Which tier are you? Tier 1.
So next question. Next question.
Already know the answer.
Drag me. No. For now, my team is in Terry, but we are top of the league. I promise. We are top of the league. So next season we are hoping to go into the.
Oh my god.
Of all questions, oh my.
I don't know now.
Okay, so you've been playing soccer. Or anything else?
Look, playing soccer. My wife got a new job around, so we had to move, go to the new place, just check out. She used to be quite far away, so that's exciting for me. At work, I'm just joining a new project. I began a new project this week also, which is great. In case I know my colleague is listening.
So good. How long were you on your last project?
Oh, it was like 9 months. Really long project. I actually thought I would be there for just 10, 12 weeks. I know I was speaking with Ebun and I just quick get it out, but Yeah, it got extended.
12,
It ended up
12
using like
weeks
9.
became 9 months.
Yeah.
So like,
9
was it
months
like
of that project.
intentional, like they were extending the contract, or like they just had more work that came up, something like that, or did they plan for you to be there for 12 weeks and then they were like, oh, we need you to be here longer?
I think the client wasn't really sure how long they needed to keep us, but because it was a new team that joined in, they realized they needed us to really help things going on smoothly, so they extended a few times. And I mean, Femi is making money, I'm charging my time, everything is happy, and yeah, it's a great client, a great project, so I enjoyed being there.
I was going to ask you, how did you find out about like the football thing? Is it because like, and again, is it also Atlanta based? Obviously you guys are playing in person, so it has to be like Georgia based, right? Or like, how did you find out? Was it from like school, or like word of mouth, or like how did it?
First off, I love soccer so much, so I found out about where to play soccer, and then my friend Sean and Femi have played in this league, so they were the ones that
Told you about
connected me to it. So we played the pickup soccer together, so they were the one that introduced me to this league. So
Nice.
shout out to them if they are listening to this.
Don't worry, at the end of the podcast, we'll tell you to shout out to
Shout
people
out
so they
to
can
who's you
listen
call
to-
it? Is it Femi and Sheo?
Sean and
Okay.
Femi, yeah.
Nice. So what about you? What have you been
I
up
don't
to?
know
Great.
what I've been up to. What have I been up to? I think I am work actually. Work has been good, pretty chill. I think I'm wrapping up 2 of my projects right now. So actually something very exciting. So I have 2 projects, and I think at the beginning of the month or at the beginning of last month, I got assigned a 3rd project, like for my client. And then I'm wrapping up 2 of them now. 2 of them, it's going good. Like one of them, I just did like a retrospective. The second one, we did like a final executive readout. And you know this thing that happens when like people have like a presentation or like a report you want to give to your client. So you have the main client that you're working with, and maybe they're presenting it to like somebody higher than them. They're not like, don't put this in here, don't put this in. Like they were very like, oh, you don't want, and again,
particular about
they
what
were
they
very
wanted.
particular because we're like, we are trying to like guide the conversation in a certain way because we want them to understand, all of those things, right? So I was like, So I think on maybe Tuesday of this week or something, the partner just messaged me because the team is done, they finished out their work, they've already gone to another project. The partner now messaged me, I was like, hey, are you available on Friday to join this call? I was like, why not? I'll be joining the call. It was like in case of questions, things like that. I said no problem. So because they had like hyped up, not like hyped up, but like because we had been so like, oh, this meeting is coming, we now joined. My heart was just beating. But it's not as if I wasn't anything there. We now started the presentation. Oh, do you have any questions? One person asked one question. Do you have any question? Nobody. Question. I was like, are these the people that we were being so tense for? But at the end of the day, it turned out really well. And I think there's just something about like executives like in corporate America, because there was one particular lady, after she was on, like I saw her nodding and everything, but in my head I was like, is it fake nod she's doing to just give us like, because he would say any question, she'll be like, I'm not like, are you actually listening? By the time we're done with that presentation, she was like, okay, like if I should understand, this woman gave us download of every single thing.
Wow.
She was like, am I getting you right? He was like, yeah, you got it.
So he was actually
I'm like,
listening.
They were actually listening. I'm like, there's just something about those executives that is just like next level. So after that, then I now got into another conversation with my client, and they were like, oh, one particular like AVP really liked the work that I did, and they wanted to move me to like, not move me, but like they wanted me to work with them on like the strategy behind like their team. I was like, they said, oh, are you interested? I said, why not? Why not be interested? So I think that's what I've been up to, Shad, like just doing all of that, closing up some stuff at work. And then I'm always journaling. I've been taking up my writing again. So I have another friend, Elizabeth. So shout out to Elizabeth because she listens to the podcast as well. So I told her to send me an email because Elizabeth would just randomly send me a message. What about the new chapter? What about the new this? I'm like, Elizabeth, please.
That's exactly what you need, man.
That's exactly what I need. So I was just like, so I think like beginning of the week, I told her that she should just send me an email. So once I write something, because usually I have it on like my own local machine, then I'll send to her on WhatsApp. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So I told her to give me an email so that on Google, once I'm done, I'll just like send it to her automatically. She can give me like update, like corrections, comments, and everything. So that's technically what I've been up to. I don't think anything else. What about you?
What have I been up to? I don't know. Work has been very busy in the last 2 weeks. I haven't really had enough time to like do other stuff, but I have been very conscious about going back to exercising, and basically, so like one of the themes for this year for me is like healthy living, and not just like, I know people like see me make juice and stuff, like I juice now and do all those things, but I think the idea behind it is not just like, oh, making juice, is like discipline and consistency, like building a lifestyle around like being healthy. So this year, after my last project, because I traveled a lot, I was like, okay, I have to get back my gym exercise class, gym membership basically, and like aside like eating healthy, like actually living healthy. So I went back to exercise class, and I think it was last month, and then I started like small. I was doing like Zumba, and then there was 1 week I was like, okay, I have to go back into like the classes I really love, and that's like I really wanted for my core and my body, which was like step class, Pilates, and spin class, and those were like the most brutal classes. So I was just pushing it. Last week on Tuesday, I went back to step class. Hey God. And step class is like
the first time
heavy.
since you had stopped?
Yeah, which is like 7 months ago. So, and the instructor I had last year, she traveled to, I think it was Bangkok or something, so she's back, and she's the best. Like Mary is the best basically. So I was so happy she's back. She was like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. The way I fumbled in class, but the thing about step class is like, do you know, I love the fact that nobody judges you. I feel like one video
battles now.
one video of me that can never ever go out is my video in exercise class. Like I dance stupidly, but I dance stupidly with joy, because I'm competing with that. Like if it's a Nigerian environment and I'm dancing like that, they'll be like, who is this girl? But it's a not Nigerian environment, so I'm like one of the best. But I know deep inside me that like it was. But like, okay, nobody will judge me here. It's been so fun. When I did that step class, the next day my leg, oh God, I felt it. But the next day was Pilates. I was like, I have to go. I dragged myself to Pilates. I did Zumba 6:30 to 7:15, and I did Pilates 7:30 to 8:15. Oh God! For the rest of the week.
The next day, right?
The next day, yeah, the next day. For the rest of the week, I could not do anything with my body. Like Thursday I didn't go, Friday I didn't go, Saturday I was like, I have to go back because I can't rest too much as well. By the time you rest too much, you'll be like, okay, I'll go again. And I went for spin class on Saturday, guys.
Spin class, the one you sit on like the bicycle.
Oh my God. In fact, I even reached one time I almost fell on that. I just used tease. I was like, at some point, the instructor had to come and help me adjust my stuff because I was struggling for my life. But I was like, I have to do it. Like, anytime he gives us more reps, I'll do it at my own pace. At some point, I'll pick it up again. You know when they say Yakubu manage? Did you like you want to die, but you will not die? Oh, no. But I'm so glad I went back. I'm so glad because, like, last week again, I went for step class is one of my favorite classes, to be honest. Like, I love it. It's a whole body exercise. So, and then it's also fun as well. And you're also learning steps and routine and everything. So I'm catching up back to some of those steps. So which is so happy, like which I'm very happy about. And everybody's so nice. Like there was one particular step I wasn't getting last week, and I was like, I need to get this thing. So I was doing the over and over again. And then two people, the person at my back and the person in front of me, they were like, oh, this is how you do it. And that took me through step by step. I was like, oh, I'm happy I'm back. So yeah, I'm happy I'm back to like exercise classes. I feel good. Like my body, like from how I eat, what I do, my body, I'm not even exaggerating. My body feels good and looks good. Like, like I'm like, summer, you know, summer body always ready. But this time, let's add 6 packs to it. We are going hard this year.
Nice.
So, but that's good. But aside that, I went to see a movie actually. You, Me, Tuscany.
I want to see that one.
Really?
I want to see that one.
I wanted to say it has to be for me taking you to the cinema because I'm like a lot of ladies.
Yeah,
it's like a rom-com. So myself and NK, we went like last week Friday to see it. She sent me on Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, let's go and see it. And that one that I want to see next month is Devil Wears Prada Part 2.
Part 2.
That one I also have to go and see it. But yeah, the movie is fun actually. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's nice, romantic. It is not like the greatest movie because it's like a basic.
It's rom-com.
It's a basic rom-com, but I like rom-coms. It's a light watch, funny.
Yeah, it's a light watch. Yeah, if you don't want anything like crazy or intense.
I'm not thinking too much.
Yeah.
I remember two other
that
things
was
that I
good.
did actually, because we have a group chat where we are planning something and people are talking about fitness, just like everyone was saying. And I was like, everybody was saying, oh, I'm taking my fitness journey serious. Can you come? Somebody said they're walking 10,000 steps. I'm like, how are you people doing it? So I think me and Nkechi, we started this week. I think on Wednesday, we went to walk along the belt line. So we actually did 8,000 steps that day. I was like, Lauren, is this you?
Okay, that was good. So you're catching up with the fitness, but you play
Fitness
soccer.
girl.
So
Oh yeah, I do. I play soccer.
As long as you're doing something.
Yeah.
Pickleball also.
Oh yeah.
And then there's this what they call it, I think Fox Theatre. They have like a lot of shows now. So me, Precious and Grimmy, we went to see Sound of Music.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm just like, I think when I watch all these shows, and I feel like I'm just reliving something different, because I was watching it and the lady was like singing. Oh, I'm like, how do you know you have this kind of talent? Because the thing it was not natural. Like, I know that they have like probably microphone on their body or something, but I'm like, this is more than microphone. It's not microphone that is doing this work. It's like, it's coming from like your soul. I'm like,
they train now, and they've been doing these things for years as well. So,
but yeah, so that
was good. What else? Oh, yesterday. So we went to. Yesterday reminded me of why I need to make money. Oh God. And I probably won't say so much because I mean, but yesterday I feel like anytime I step into an environment like that, I'm always like, we have to make it. You don't get like. So we went to a partner's house yesterday, and then like his house was like so nice. Like everything was she was so homely. I'm like, this is a very, very, very this type of life that when you leave and you wake up in the morning, you're like, thank you, Jesus. But of course, like they've paid their dues, so you also have to pay your own due and walk your way through. Yeah, it was a work thing where a number of us were there and we just hung out, and then after we now went to someone else's house. Like a smaller group of us now went to someone else's house, and I want to make jest of Dotun particularly.
Another nice house, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
The other house too was good.
Yeah, a different setting, but it was also really nice. Like it was so pretty. But then we now played Mafia. And you know how Mafia works. So the first one, Dotun knew who the werewolf was. Instead of me to keep quiet, the guy started talking. He said, I know this guy. This guy is a werewolf. He said, this guy is a werewolf. He knew actually because he had the instinct. He saw the way she saw that she was a werewolf and the way she quickly covered it. So after that, I'm sure that girl was like, this guy is the first one to go. They never give him a chance. Dotun was the first one.
How does the village wake up?
How did you know she was a werewolf?
The way she opened, you know, like you get like, so this one it was paper and whatever. So the way she opened and quickly closed it, she knew that she must have been like the werewolf to do that.
So you started saying it before the game had started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I think she's a werewolf. I can see how she did this, but yeah, I didn't think she would even give me a chance.
The funny thing is, on that particular route, I was the other werewolf. So the moment they said, "Oh, werewolf, raise your head," she just put it like, "This guy has to go. He's a threat." They don't even give him a chance.
But then it makes it obvious that Dotun was right that she was a werewolf.
No. Because so the thing is, so the werewolf Mafia is a game of psychology. So the more you defend yourself, you have to be in between. You can't defend yourself too much and you can't be quiet. So the more you defend yourself, the lesser people trust you because they feel like
you are trying to cover up.
And that was exactly what Dotun was doing. So
Also,
Dotun was like making comments.
there was a rule that they also made, like if you're dead, you can't comment
talk
on the game.
That's true. That's
right?
true.
So
that's
all
true.
the comments while we were trying to start. Now that I'm dead, I'm like,
so you couldn't even say anything again after.
I know, kill me.
So
funny. They never give me a chance.
The village woke up and phoned me there. The village woke up, phoned me there in the game. It was
that was hilarious. This was like, you never give me a chance.
But I'm actually surprised that nobody suspected the girl.
No, because it was just Dotun saying his own thing. And then once the game started, like, he literally did not have a chance to say any other thing.
No, because you know when you wake up in the morning now, you're supposed to say who is the who is the mafia. That's supposed to, the villagers are supposed to point at who is the mafia.
Yeah, they didn't point at.
No, I mean they're supposed to say who is the person that died first,
and
then
they knew it
you
was
will
me.
now vote for who they think is the mafia.
But they didn't vote for it.
So
In fact,
they
we were
voted for somebody
suspecting other
else.
people. So
Yeah.
again, it's a game of psychology. People that the moment you start defending yourself like so loudly, the lesser people trust you. So
True.
if you fall into that bit of like, and the funny thing is now is also reverse psychology, because sometimes when people are defending themselves so much, they are most likely not the one, but we think that they are the one. So that was it. Because the second time, God, I swear, that yes, it was so funny. The second time, not what to see her.
He was the what?
Yeah.
Like the detective, you
Okay,
know.
okay,
So
okay.
we call this
Detective,
Sia. So at some point, you know, the Sia, like when everybody closes their eyes, like the Sia will open his eyes and then he'll be like, "Oh, is it this person?" The narrator will say either yes or no. So at some point, Dotun knew who the person was.
who the mafia was again?
Who the mafia, who the werewolf or mafia was. And then he was now trying to, you know, as a seer, you have two options. Either you say you are the seer or you don't say you are the seer, but try to convince people. So at some point, it was like, I am the seer. You know, the funny thing was, the person that was the werewolf that killed him the first time was the same person that was also the werewolf the second time. It was coincidence, but that happened. In fact, it was so funny because I was the first person to go in the second round. Let me tell you why. Because the other werewolf, Nami chased him out. So the moment he saw that, oh, this guy, he took me out straight up. That was when I kind of knew that, oh, it has. I thought other people would say, oh, it's a revenge kind of thing, but then everybody was like, okay, like again, it's a game of psychology. So at some point, Dotun was like, is this person? The way, yesterday I was cracking up so bad because he was making commentary. He's like, I know they will kill me.
It was so funny. I was like, this person, because they were all trying to kill a villager who is not the werewolf as the werewolf. I'm like, I am the seer. I can tell you this guy is not the werewolf. This is the werewolf. I have confirmed this. Don't kill this person. Kill this person instead. And you're like, no, we don't believe you. They killed the villager. And I think they killed me next after that.
No, they didn't kill you next.
next.
Remember? So because you had said you are the seer.
Yeah.
The other lady now, again, it's a game of psychology. She knew that if she had killed you next, then it would be very obvious.
Yeah.
So they now killed somebody else. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. They
So-
killed
Does it
somebody
look like
else
that person
again.
was the-
Because the moment you're gone, then it's going to be very obvious.
Yeah.
So they were like, spare this one. Because you know my eyes was open, so I saw it. So
Yeah,
they were like,
true.
spare this one, take this one. So that it won't be obvious that, you know. So because if they are taking you out, it will be very
True.
obvious.
Yeah. It was
No,
interesting.
it was so much fun. It was so
The
much
fact that
fun.
he's the one that is always
fun.
clocking.
It's always fun.
Who? I think the fact that he was always clocking who the person was like,
No, and the funny thing, people don't believe him. That's the one that actually cracked me up.
No, but I think the funny thing, and you know why it's actually believable? Because when we played Mafia in your house, I don't know if you remember during.
I was the one now. You
no,
voted me.
It was.
Oh, Dotun was around as well.
Dotun was around.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a normal villager, and I think he was like, I think there was a time I was in Mafia. No, I think I was leading the game. He mentioned the right person.
Yeah.
But like nobody listened
Yeah.
to him. Then when we now killed him from the game, it was like, you
Like,
see,
Yeah, it's such an interesting
That's
game.
a
Like,
track record.
getting
No,
people
it's
to
like-
trust even when you're saying the right thing.
That's the thing. It's
'Cause
like the more you are getting people to trust you, the lesser they do. Because
Yeah.
because the game has been, people think that
Because
the
you're
game
like, you're
is
doing reverse
everybody's
psychology
trying
for
to
you.
defend themselves.
Yeah.
So because so the third time we played the game, I was the seer, and then because I've already seen what happened to Dotun, the first time I didn't reveal that was the seer. They killed the wrong person. I knew they killed the wrong person. That's fine. Now the second time, the moment I stood up, in fact, the first time I was as a seer, I pointed to one person. The narrator was like, yes, the very first time we played the game. So I knew that he was the first person. But I also knew that if I tried to convince people off the jump, it's going to be very tricky. So I didn't say anything. So we all voted somebody else out. The second time that everybody now opened their eyes, people were now like, who could it be? Who could it be? And I said, see, I am this year. I know you guys don't trust, and I use not trust. I know you guys don't trust Dotun before, but trust. I didn't try to trust me. But so because Dotun had the experience, I was like, I trust them. was now the werewolf. Now said, I am the seer. Why are you trying to? Because you can claim to be anything. So he was not trying to like counter me. It was not like my word against his. I was like, look, I get it. I was like, if we close our eyes and then I'm gone, just know that I was right. So just vote him out next. I was like, I'm sacrificing myself. I was like, it's fine if you don't believe me, but I'm sacrificing myself, and that's it. So, but Dotun was like, I believe him.
I have been there. I felt this pain of you trying to tell people the truth and then not believing you. Like, no,
oh my God,
that guy has to be the
no, but
werewolf,
it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Great
it was
game.
So much fun. Yeah.
Mafia, werewolf.
And it was also much more fun because like we were lots, not like a lot.
I think it's always
like
more interesting
11,
when
10.
you are plenty.
Yeah.
If you are small, it's like
It was
very
not-
easy
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And but you guys standing or like were you
No, we
guys
sat.
sitting? Okay.
So the
Sitting,
person
and this
had
was
like a
late
balcony.
night.
Yeah. It was like past 12 in the midnight.
Because I know some of the times that we've played it, if you are in a small location, when somebody is moving to like
You
point,
know.
you will now feel it.
Yeah,
you know that okay.
funny
this
enough, we
person
were
is-
very close to each other. So like everybody, for me, when I was the werewolf, I didn't move. I just moved my head. This person, that person.
After they killed me
This person.
and I saw how discreet Ebun was, I was like, yes, this is why we never catch Ebun. She didn't move her body. She just turns her face to the person she wants to kill and, like blinks or something.
But like how many werewolves were in like every game? Like 3 or 4, right?
Just
Two.
two. If it's 3 or 4, no, that's too much. It was just 2. But yeah, it was fun.
I have a question, Omo-Olorun, for you, if I could. When you talk about, I think you said you are writing a book, right? Is it the book about like the Bible age story thing?
So I'm doing 2 now. So the one that I'm working with, like not working with, but I'm giving Elizabeth to is like more fantasy, urban fantasy. Like it's not set in like this world. It's like a random world. I just not like obviously there's inspiration from like other books I've read, but it's more like fantasy kind of. If you think like Harry Potter, something like that.
As I know that Dotun has been listening to us, because I know you mentioned that you wanted to write a book at some point, and you're talking about like Bible stories, but in a different
like,
way.
yeah.
You know, one interesting thing about listening to the podcast is that as you are listening, there are times you say something and I want to respond to it, or maybe ask you a question when I'm listening to it, like, oh, okay, sure, it's just me listening to this driving in my car. I can't. But yeah, I think it's one of those I remembered you had talk about the kind of.
So this is why you should listen to our
that you have
podcast.
in mind. Yeah.
It's so
Also,
interesting. You want to respond.
Right. You can also comment on Spotify. Oh, you don't use Spotify. I don't know if you can do that on
You can
Apple
comment on
Podcasts.
Apple Podcast as well.
I could explore that, but yeah.
You comment on Apple Podcast as well. But yeah, that's it though. Basically, on what we've been up to, I feel like in the future, that's why I need a fine, fancy house, right? I want to like invite people. Look
So
at
you
how
just have
look at how we just like yesterday we were on someone's balcony and then it was just like low lights and people just sat together, like very low pressure. There were snacks, chocolate drinks and everything. Like imagine like just having your friends around like on a Friday or on a Sunday, you know, just enjoying yourself and not thinking about life. That'd be so cool. So don't worry, people should do GoFundMe for me. The moment I have my house, the moment.
You know the funny thing about like having friends that you talk to, like you don't even realize how they subconsciously influence you. So this thing you were saying now, I think we've talked about it because I think there was one event you were trying to have that we're trying to look for backyard that has like space and everything. I think sometimes I'm on YouTube when I don't have anything to watch, I just watch random like house videos. Like imagine me seeing like $20 million house and I'm critiquing it like, why will you have small window? Why will you have like
Why don't you have balcony?
No. Why don't you have? So there was just when I was just like, nice. This would be nice if we have that party we're thinking about.
I swear. See, I need more. And I was telling you yesterday as well. Was it you? I was analyzing somebody's backyard. And I was like, imagine that we have a wedding. Was it you?
Yeah,
it was you I was talking about now.
Yeah,
I was like, this house, why do you need a venue? Decorate this place. Run an aisle. Like, I already planned a whole wedding in my head for that space. I was like, no, let's see. Anyway, God, from my mouth to your ears, thank you, Jesus, for provision.
For all of us,
I have
thank
my
you,
beautiful
Jesus.
house, beautiful home, beautiful friends, beautiful
We
family.
receive it.
Amen. No, because
God.
I feel like at our level where that's like a miracle will happen for us to get like $1 million house or like a $9 million house. But it's like we don't have the taste for our life.
You don't though. Me, I don't have the taste. I'm telling you. I don't have the taste.
I'm like $100 million mansion.
house.
No, sometimes because I'm actually angry. I'm like, why will you have $20 million and you have one that pissed me off? The master bedroom. The window was like this. I was like, what's the meaning of this?
What is that? The aesthetics of the
No, it
house?
cannot be yours.
For that price.
For that price,
it
I'm
needs to
like,
be.
you need to see lights.
Yeah.
You're not seeing. Maybe you're not that rich. Yeah, you're not seeing what people are seeing. You're not seeing what people are seeing.
May I never block the lights when I get up there?
For security reasons, right? For security
Sometimes
reasons.
when you get to a particular position,
But why-
you're not thinking the
Why
way you're thinking.
security reasons? Like, if your money is not clean, that's why.
No, not necessarily. You have
Okay.
you have enemies. Look
Why
at
do I
David.
have enemies?
Have you read the book of Psalms?
God is my protector.
No, of course. If you read the book of Psalms, it's basically David talking about all his enemies, and he knew that God
David was
was
going to king through me. I'm not looking for any king.
When you even connect somebody's wife, you probably should have a small window. So David's case, he should probably watch his back.
somebody's wife. You have a small window. No, that's very hilarious. Oh my god. But yeah, maybe because now, like, sometimes I say some things and I'm like, 10 years from now, when you're not going to watch what you say, that no, I must be very stupid to have said this. I was watching a video one time, like there was a guy who took first class. Oh, he was tired, I think something on Instagram. The first time he took business class, he said, I don't know if it was one, let me not quote somebody wrongly, but he made a video, was like, ignore every stupid thing I've said before. It's a lie. I know we're going to the same destination, but it's a lie.
Okay, like for first class or business class.
He now made a whole video about his experience, economy versus first class. He said, ignore all the stupid things I've said before. He said, "Omode lo se mi, man. I didn't have money."
Exposure.
You know, funny enough, that same guy, I think, he got married recently, I think like last year and everything.
Yeah.
So I think before like we knew him popular and everything, his content was always like, if he shows love, maybe you see somebody doing like romantic song,
He will
always
now
do, There was my day now reacted to himself again. He was like, see, that time I did not know love. I did not have a woman.
I swear. That's why I'm like, these days, maybe, just maybe.
You say never say never.
Never say never.
True.
Never say never.
That's why when somebody's giving you advice, be careful, though. Be careful who you take advice from, because a lot of people take advice from their point of view, from where they are standing. They will give you advice from where they are standing. Those people too, if the situation change for them, their advice will change.
Right.
So when somebody's telling you, oh, be careful, you know, these days, in fact, this thing has affected me so much that, and before I say something to somebody, I think about it like 5 times. I give myself like 5 different scenarios. Right now, what's my advice? If I had like bastard money, what will my advice be? If the situations are not the exact same way, will my answer be the same? So now, I think I said in the last episode too, I'm directing to the Bible. It's God. It's only God that is answer is the same. Because if I tell you something now, it's because of where I am, and it's normal.
There's this thing that they say that when you are giving people advice, you will not take yourself out of it, but you know, it's not me, like, left to you.
You put disclaimer. You put disclaimer straight up.
At the end of the day, if you do something wrong, you'll be like, but I told you that, you know.
Yes, now. Because sometimes, I think I was talking to one of my friends recently, and then she was telling me about how, like, she was advising somebody about love. Now, oh God, ew.
She in a relationship now.
Oh, my friend.
Yeah.
No, she's not in it. But like the advice that she was giving the person about like love and everything. You know how somebody will talk to you and be like, that guy. Oh, don't do it though. You know, somebody just say, don't do it though. Guys, kiniko. It will shock you. Be careful of the kind of, because okay, so I see this happen especially when you are younger, the kind of advice you give to yourselves, honestly. And now I'm edging towards, when you are younger, take advice from older people. Take advice from, when your parents are giving you advice, to know what they're talking about. I take my parents' advice now more than I've ever taken it. Like, because when the two of you, when you are talking about something and you are on the same brain level, most times, sometimes maybe not, but a lot of times yes.
So you mean with your peers or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, imagine like at 22, maybe a guy does something for you, like, oh, that one, he doesn't love you. He's a very toxic. But when you now get older and you now think about some of those things, you're like, Maybe not though. Maybe like even now start to now retrospectively think about yourself like, oh, even me, it's not like I had good character. Like now you have like more. So now when you are advised as a 33-year-old person, when you're advising someone who is like 22 and they're telling you, can kind of already envisage what they're saying. So you can give them a proper perspective. The same thing like when you spend some years in the firm. Now the way I advise people that come to me for advice in the firm now is made from when I first came. When you first came, like, oh my god, it's so good. I mean, it's good. But like there are some other like intricate details that you now know. So it's just my 2 cents. That's
and I think what you said actually makes sense, because I think about like, you know, when I was still in Lagos, there was a time where all of us, my siblings, were like in the same side of Lagos and we're all living together. And I remember my brother wanted to move, or he moved to the island. I wanted to move to the island. My daddy is a prayer warrior, Kiniko. Come and tell you, I saw Kiniko. I know sometimes just like the daddy every time. Yeah, saying. So he was like, he wanted to move once he wasn't like, that. My dad was like, that. There's no reason for him to move, because he's like, he works remote, he does this, he does that. You going to the island is just you spending like extra money, stay here where you have people around. We're like, we fought my dad. We're like, no, let him live his life. Let him come. Bam. We went there. That's how that house, what was the problem he did not see in the house? There was water problem. There was landlord problem. There was clinical problem. There was that one problem. Last, he still came back to me. We're not like, you know, at the end of everything, we're not talking to ourselves. We're not like, and daddy was right though.
I mean, all those moving choices when you're like older, you just see the point in being where you can save more money, you know. You don't have to spend.
Because even I remember even working in UBA that time, I was like, that's because they gave you the option of like choosing any location you had. And me, I never lived in Lagos. So I was like, let me go to Lagos. That's where things are happening. That's where my friends are. Kinikon. I left my father. My father would have said, just come stay in Adokiti. I'm like, how will I be out of school? And because I know my parents. That morning, my father can come and be dropping me in the morning at work. He can come and be picking me. When my father is coming back from her shop, she will come and pick me. I'm like, someone, I beg. And I remember Simi stayed in Ibadan. Obviously, she lives in Ibadan. So it was not later after we had not worked. I was like,
But I would still have preferred Lagos for you, Sha. I beg.
That one. Like, if I had known, because I saw. No, I was not living there. The shaggy. I was just being in my father's house, enjoying free ride.
I know. I feel like, in fact, sometimes I tell myself like, there are some advice some of my parents' advice, or some of the things that I should have consulted my parents for, like a decade ago, that I did not. Now I value like their advice and everything. So, but anyway,
I feel like that's part of like growing up.
Yeah,
like, like the more rebellious teenager to early 20s.
Not even like rebellion. Yeah. I think it's just like the pride of like I know what I'm doing.
Like I'm old enough.
Yeah. You guys don't get it. You don't
understand.
You don't
understand. Yeah.
It's always, I feel like the easiest thing for people to say now is like, oh, that's a different generation. Yeah. That's a different generation. And
when you get older too,
but
not for everything. I feel like, of course, like when they give you advice, like of course we might have to fit it into what is happening now, but like the core of the basic things or the core of the things that they tell you.
There was one video I saw recently of Rihanna, and obviously like if you like when we were growing up, like Rihanna was like this big fashion girl, like she was always had like different kinds of things and everything, and obviously she has like, I think she has 3 kids now or something. So she was doing like an interview and she was like, yeah, I know that it's going to sound cringe if I say, but now she can't imagine that back then she used to be out with her this thing out, like she was not like wearing like proper clothes. She's like, now that she thinks about it, it's like embarrassing for her.
Yeah.
So now imagine like maybe her kid, I don't know if she has a daughter, but like imagine she has a daughter and now grows up and the girl is now saying, oh, my mom wants to wear this, and I'm like, don't do it to my daughter.
You don't understand. Yeah.
So
for real though, for real. Anyway, we've just had enough today. What do we want to talk about? What we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about mistakes we made in corporate America.
Exactly.
Mistakes
like
we made in corporate
things
America.
that you've done that now, like retrospectively, you're like, Ebun, or Dotun, or Omo-Olorun, God. But like things that at the end of the day, you now look back, start laughing at yourself that what are these things what's this thing that I did there? Let me give you one. I can start. So I remember like there's this thing that people do that I did that I used to do as well. Sometimes I still do it too, let me not lie, but it has reduced. Where if I don't understand someone's accent, instead of like asking them, oh, what did you say? Or like repeat yourself, I'll do as if I know it. And then you now say, yes, okay. and then you move on. That thing casted one day. Hey, and he told me that it was at that moment I knew. You know when he said it was at this moment that he knew that he fucked up. That was me. So I don't even think you were in the office that day. It was one particular all hands where I was hosting this core thing, like a panel session in the office. I think it was last year. So like I introduced the people, everything. I was looking nice, all fly and everything. So after I now introduced myself, the office partner now said, "Oh, and then you did not." So he now said something. He was like, "Oh, you didn't tell them what school you're from." He's an alum of UGA. I'm an alum of UGA. So he was saying that because like
you guys
he was
are
like,
both
also
UGA.
that we'll do good dogs. I did not hear what he said. And I said, I now moved on. Now that everybody was quiet.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't there for sure.
Hey, this was like all hands.
He was not looking at me.
What did you now do?
So when I saw that everybody was looking at me weird, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?" And I was like, repeating this. I'll be like, "Oh." There was no saving me, man. There was no saving me. I'm sure he was embarrassed as well because he said something and like it now looked as if I just ignored it.
Oh,
So even till now, that thing haunts me because
we're in doubt.
the office partner, imagine, he was trying to form a bond and I ignored it. Since that
They are
day,
recounting the story for me, say I'm feeling bad.
the next time we had a one-on-one, I had to apologize again. But even after apologizing, I'm like, I prayed. I'm like, I really hope that the Holy Spirit helps me, like, communicate to him that it wasn't intentional because it was very embarrassing. So after that day, even now, like people I work with, because we all have different accents. So and sometimes we feel like we are inadequate when we ask people to come again. We feel like we should know. We feel like we're supposed to just know what people say, but sometimes we don't. So now, if it's something like if we're making a joke and maybe we are just laughing, sometimes I might just laugh along, even if I don't hear what you're saying. But if we are saying something serious and I don't hear what you're saying, I'll say, "Oh, can you please come again?" Because once beaten, twice shy.
This one is like skyscraper kind of heat. Like,
No,
it's not small.
That thing there, it replayed in my mind a lot of times.
Is it the current or the past one?
Past.
The past one.
Yeah, it was a while
Very
ago.
chilled.
Yeah, and you imagine
It's very
I know
true.
it is, but like even though like
This kind of thing that when you're about to sleep, you just
Did you
remember
hurt
that.
you?
Oh no, yeah.
So I'm like, corporate America, don't be funny that you know it though. If you don't know it, just say it. Just say you don't know.
I'm feeling bad for you. Sorry, who does this happen to you a while ago?
I know, right?
One blunder I made like that wasn't even corporate America. It was back in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And it haunted me for so long. I still think about it.
What happened?
So there's a client I had then. This was back in my Femi Nigeria. She's a very tough person. Even my partner, my SD, then everybody feared her because she's a very tough person. She's like a finance lead. But for some reasons, I was able to build a good rapport with her. So I would relate with her. They would push me forward to be the one to send out proposals and stuff with her. You know, it was going great. We were crushing it, making it revenue. And I had a WhatsApp number. And so we would sometimes chat. When she sees my post, she would comment on it on WhatsApp. And I would also, then there was this occasion she said something. Then I was still getting familiar with emojis. So for me then, when I'm texting, I would type the word, it brings the emoji that suits that word, and I click the emoji. So I think she had posted, maybe she was cooking like some meals, right? And I wanted to put the food, food emoji, and put the comment blah blah blah. But I typed with the word food or foodie or something before I could click the emoji in front of it. It was the word itself that I sent. So I literally sent foodie to
a client.
Then I tried to retract it.
Was there delete for all at that time?
But
I don't think so.
You could retract. I tried to retract it, but I couldn't because it's only if the person is using a certain updated version. That's only way you can retract. So I was not able to retract it. And let's just say the issue blew up later on. Later on, I had to apologize a lot about it.
How
but
do you explain to someone that, I was trying to send an emoji? How do you explain? Like,
it was just an emoji that I was trying to say. I was trying to send like the hungry emoji, like, you are drooling for food, right? But I ended up calling my client a foodie. But yeah, the issue is that but it still used to haunt me, like, bro.
You will always be careful when you're texting now. Like, you will always be looking
I'm
twice,
telling
times.
you call your client a foodie.
And a very senior person literally that signs our proposals. And the person is very tough. Like, even the partners used to be bothered, but for some reasons we like had a great relationship.
She'll now feel like, you are trying to
because I
Become
paid
too
because over familiarity is like, I promise you, it was all respectful. It was just me trying to maintain the cordial conversation and fun chat. But yeah,
I feel like
don't use weird text and emojis.
I feel like what I would say that cannot beat them because I think the one I can think about is when my project. I think we so the senior, all of us are literally like based in Atlanta or like Georgia. So the senior manager came in because we hadn't met him in person yet. So we came in, and I think our partner was also going to fly in. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, God. So we had like a group chat. So you know how you have all these group chats. So we had one with both of them in it. We had one without them in it. And you know how Teams now, when you are messaging, the thing comes by the side. So the senior manager now asked that, because we didn't know, we're not going to go for dinner. So I think it was supposed to be the partner and the senior manager that will go for dinner. So he now said, like, oh, are we interested in going for dinner? That he's sure the partner will not mind if we come. And madam, like, I'm not planning to come to dinner. So me and the other people were like talking among ourselves, like we're giving ourselves signal, like, are we going to go? Are we not going to go? Tell me why. I was trying to put a chat to somebody else and I put it in the group with all of us there. I don't feel like we're for dinner.
Oh my goodness.
I was just like, so you know the funny thing is that because we're all in person, so like let's say I'm talking to you, Ebun, and I'm just like, in my mind I was smiling, like writing to, thinking I'm talking to the both of you, like I don't want to go for dinner. I now sent it. I was not like, why is nobody responding? You were not giving me signal, like. I was not like, why is she? And I checked the group. I was like, shit, I just deleted it. I was just like this.
Oh my!
I went for that dinner.
Start hoping that
I went for that.
It's too fast. You even have to show that you are excited at that dinner. This is great.
Wow! I was thinking. I was like, did he see it? Did he not see it? Did he see it? Did he not see it? I was like,
and that's even worse because you're not sure, so you're trying to be like,
make a comment. Yeah. And that another person that was there was like, oh, he saw when it popped up, but by the time he checked it,
it was already
not good. But it was like
deleted.
he saw it when it popped. I was like, shit. The thing haunted me for like, and the person was around for like the whole week. So every time I was like, maybe in his mind he's thinking, and I see this girl. I was just like, God. Now an extra, and that thing happened to me like 1, 2, 3 times around the same period. I was like, you know what? I don't need to respond to your message immediately.
Yeah.
I will respond once. Like sometimes I look at the person again and I'm like, am I really sending to the right person? I will copy. Sometimes I will send a dot so that if it's sent first, I will not go and edit the dot. I'm that paranoid now.
I feel like when you make mistakes, the mistakes will just it helps you like extra because it's like once, especially like mistakes that are very, very ghastly. I remember like there was one as well where sometimes like when you first get on a new project and you're trying to know the stakeholders, when you want to send an email, you send a draft email to maybe like a more senior person to say, oh, is this okay to send? So I sent a draft email though. It was good. Person said, oh, that's good. Send it to the client. So in the draft email, because this person I was working with was very particular. Anytime I put draft email, I just put like, see below draft email, and I draft the email. But this person was very, very particular. So at the beginning, you write like beginning of draft email. At the end, you write like
end of draft
or something like that. So when I was not sending it to the client, and I forgot to delete the one at the end that says that this is the end of the draft email. And this is an email to not just a client, but like a lot of people on that email. You can't retract the email. You can. So it's like you're just sitting down there
waiting to see who will message you. And
obviously, nobody will message you because it's not like they will say, "Oh, you did," like it's very petty to say, "Oh, you did not delete the end of this," but somewhere beneath your mind, you'll be like, everybody will not start looking at this girl like, I don't think.
I mean,
I feel like some things are honest mistakes and people will understand.
Like that
but like
one.
you, the person that you did it, you will never think about it like that because you're always like, shit.
Hey God.
I don't think it's that
To me, it was though,
everybody would expect if you're new on the project as a senior or something, you probably would have an SD that wants to review your draft email to the client, right? So it's kind of fair.
It was a client. It was one of the clients that reviewed it, and then I sent it to like the bigger client. So I now forgot to like remove like the bottom part that says that this is the end of the draft email.
Yeah. Also, I think it's good you did not retract that email. This is one weird thing I found out about like draft, errors, email blunders.
It calls attention.
First of all, you can't retract an email that is outside of
your organization.
Domain.
True.
So if you're trying to retract from a client stuff, don't even bother. It's a waste of time. Also, nothing calls people's attention to a previous error than you trying to recorrect that error.
I agree.
Because you will not be nosy, like, what even happens?
Yeah.
It might even be better for you to just send like an updated version and just have a wording that shows like maybe use this or something very minimal that doesn't say go to that. Just send the actual one that you want and and just look.
I didn't say anyone, no, but I'm sure sometimes I'll just give me that look like.
Did I go and check it? Yeah.
She just give me the look like, now what for you? I almost entered ground. I was like, well, it is what it is. I'm sure those people are forgotten about me now. So
that's the funny thing because nobody actually remembers like all these embarrassing things that happened to you. Except
it's you.
It's you that will remember.
You'll be the one that will be carrying that thing in your head, like.
Or let me just get you worried a bit. Or they are somewhere at brunch now and talking about. Can you remember?
Ebun sent that message. She didn't remember that time. End of
that time we had discussed sometimes.
Can you imagine? That's also a possibility.
No. I'm just messing with you. That is not likely.
Sometimes people remember these things. Let me tell you what happened.
There was one time they mean you, Sha. Except they mean
not like maybe not even mean you. Sometimes people make jest of you at the back. Do you get not in a mean you way, but in a like.
I'm just messing with you. No. Chances are not high. Let
me tell you the one that I feel like there's the people who remember it in a way. So there was this thing. People have to be very careful in corporate America when they say share your screen. Make sure that you're not sharing your whole screen. Make sure you're not sharing your whole screen.
Absolutely.
I don't share my whole screen, but I have like a duplicate screen. But sometimes in the evening I'll move to my couch, so I'm just using my laptop. And then I started sharing one thing. I started sharing one screen, but what I was doing required like multiple things. I was like, okay, let me just share my screen so that I won't be doing close share. Tell me why it was feedback cycle at that time. I think I told you it was feedback cycle at that time, and then I had like it was upward feedback cycle. So every like the people that you have worked with, and at that time I've worked with like over 10 people at this point. So I kept getting like upward feedback. So and I started using ChatGPT. I was in the middle of writing that thing with ChatGPT when I shared my own screen. That was the first thing that came up.
Was that person or that part?
The way that was writing the thing was the way you smile. You know when you write to smile, but the way you not smiling. But thankfully, the only thing that made me like really good is that it was a good feedback. So it wasn't like anything crazy. I'm like, if it's one of the people that I was giving ChatGPT, because even if I was like ChatGPT writes this nicely. How do I write this? How do I write this in a positive way? That one,
just like the ground she opened up and swallowed you.
I swear.
Just know that
When we
you're
were
not
on that
sending
thing,
a
that-
request to that person, like any
Ever,
feedback request for that cycle.
People were trying to laugh on that call, but they were trying not to laugh. You know when you're like controlling your feels. I was like, oh my, and you know the thing, when you're in a panic mode, the more you're not trying to spirit it, don't like I now stop sharing my own screen. I was like, oh sorry, let me share. Oh no. Oh god.
So maybe one a little bit different from like the email blunders and all of that, but like mistakes one could tend to make in corporate America. When I just joined my firm, after immersion, I needed to be staffed on project. Immersion is the training for people that don't know what that means. So I need to get staffed on projects. So the people that want to get you on projects, they have a chat with you. Usually just a quick chat to get to know you. So summary, I try to do the modest thing of underselling myself, or to just lower the expectations in quotes, so that they don't expect I would do a lot of things, and then I would get on the project, and and I would then wow them like, oh my god, I thought you said you've only done minimal things of this. Like you haven't done a lot, so that and they'll be like, oh my god, you can actually do a lot of stuff. So as it was kind of immersion, people were still getting like being on shadow project. I had 2 people already reach out to me before they announced even where people are going to go to. So I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I'm getting some traction. And when they asked for those chats, I met with them and I did the modest approach. Like, oh no, yeah, I mean, I haven't really done a lot of IT. It's just this. No, I've just been doing this, but yeah, I'm happy to. And they're like, oh yeah, we would get back to you. So this was on like Thursday, Friday. By Monday, when they announced like this staffing thing, none of them had picked me to come work on their project because
You're like, this is what I'm not doing. I don't know what I want to do.
apparently not just have I understood myself, I'm out of their scope, of their view.
I'll scope myself.
I was like, oh no. So interestingly,
God.
I was looking up like a few days after, one or 2 people, 2 people reached out later that week to have a chat, and this time I was like, I was prepared. I took like an interview. Like,
Was it at that point that you knew that?
it was at that point I knew like a chat before you get started on project is an actual interview.
Like an interview, yeah.
You just need to come in and sell yourself really well. Pitch how you can move the world. This is exactly what you've been trying to find. Perfect opportunity, and you're going to crush it. In fact, when can we get started? When can we come on?
Yeah.
You love this. So I pitched those, and interestingly, those who actually wanted me on their project. But it was a learning experience of, don't think because you're already like in a place or in a firm, you still don't have to sell yourself when you have these chats, especially getting on project. Please.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because aside like even getting a project, it's something that a lot of people coming from like where we come from do, where like we try to be humble
Fake
and
humility.
like you try to act as if, no, don't worry, I don't know how because we want to blow people's mind. I don't know why we always like want to blow people's mind. So, but like, at some point, like some people even struggle with that, because it's like, I was also having this conversation yesterday, like everywhere you go, you constantly have to sell yourself, and it's a skill as well. So the more you have that skill, the better it is for you. So like, did you experience that, not just in, at work, but even, during your MBA program, did you experience like that point where you knew that you now have to start selling yourself? And for people who also are in that at that stage of, oh, how do I break into this acting that we all do?
I like how you put this acting that we all do, yes. And you mentioned, I think a lot of people, especially from our background, we struggle with that fake humility, as Omo-Olorun called it. And I remember recruiting process, and also even from the MBA and all that program, was when I started to to also realize that the same thing that you did, people that haven't done even that up to that can pitch it in a better way that makes them look like they can undo the bigger task. And so I remember when I was trying to even get this job, when I had the whole interview set up, and I was panicking, like, hey, I don't think I'm an expert in this, am I really sure I picked the right practice, I'm suitable for this? And I spoke with a guy who was in the SD in the firm as of then. I was able to connect with him, like, this exactly. So the guy was Nigerian, so I told him this exactly is what I've done in my past. I know it relates a bit to what you guys are doing, but I'm bothered that it might not be suitable enough. And it was like, if this is what exactly that you're telling me, it actually works perfectly fine. But what I need you to do is to actually find a way to sound, to pitch it in a way that you're actually showing that you know what to do. You achieve this result. You are making those. You are making it seem like you are
a better fit for that based on the things that you've done before.
Trying to find the right word, but it's close to like brag about it a bit. And it's like, you actually need to do this. You just should make this look big and brag about this thing that you have done. So there is a place of being humble, and being humble is knowing that yes, you know you have to rely on people to do it. It is not only you that can do it in the world, but there's a place of also being able to know how to brag about things. Like, you actually achieve those results. Did you have to lean on people? Yes. Did you have to do some work? Yes. Was it a team? Yes. But you just need to be able to pitch it well and brag, because in this corporate America, they want to see that you actually have a clear view of what you have done. They want it to sound big. They want you to be able to pitch it in certain ways, and that's the same way we pitch it to our clients. That's the same way they also pitch it to the other department. So they need you to also have that culture of that thing that you have done. You can pitch it in a way that sounds good and sounds like it's a big deal. In fact, the whole country, that's how we pitch the things we do in this country to the rest of the world. Right? So it's a culture that we need to be deliberate to know how to balance humility with
Right.
And I think another thing that I've also noticed, especially with with my colleagues, there's like a particular colleague of mine that now I'm actually appreciating. When you enter maybe some of the status calls and you really don't have any updates. We spoke yesterday, we don't have any updates. And they're like, oh, Dotun, what did you do? So this is my particular colleague. She will say, there's been no really new updates, but I know have been. She will, and I'm like, we know now. But again, it looks like you are giving the information again, and you are saying, the only thing I did was, and she always said it like very polished, very, I know I'm doing this, or I know the client. She's one that will tell you that, the clients complimented me on Kiniko, and I'm like, okay, that's good, but we've heard this before. But again, the more you keep on saying, I was not actually. So now when you think about, who did the client compliment, you remember that, somebody said the client complimented them. So I feel like it's like part of their culture. It's like a skill that they've built from maybe when they were younger. They keep on reiterating, they keep on telling you, they keep on, and they say it like matter of fact. It's not like, I'm thinking about it. It's like, the client really loves the work I'm doing. They mentioned that they really want me to be the only one working up with them. And I'm like, so it's it's a skill that we need to learn, and I think it's something that I've also picked up, even coming here, because just like what Dotun said, I think you pick it up faster, knowing after 2 interviews that I did not pick up anything, because before they will say, I just want to have a chat. I had 1 chat, 2 chats, 3 chats. I'm like, all this chat, nothing is coming out of all this chat. And one thing that they will say, what have you done? And again, mine, I felt, and that's the beauty of knowing how to translate what you've done and make it fit what they're expecting. Yeah. So in my head, I was looking for, I was doing banking, now this is consulting. I was just delineating the two that there's no correlation. So I'm like, I've not done it, but I'm a fast learner. I'm a kid. I'm like, okay, they'll not come back and meet me. We need somebody that has this experience. And I remember talking to somebody, but he was like, just tell them you've done it. I'm like, but he said, you will learn. That just tell them you've done it and everything. The day that the thing clocked in my head was when I literally had an interview. I did round 1. I did not know I did round 1. They said, I think it was in December. I spoke to somebody, okay, somebody else will reach out to you after the break. after the break came, somebody else reached out to me. I was like, oh, how far? Can you come? I said, oh, they will get back to me. Next thing I knew, I saw a note in my email like, oh, dear Temitope, thank you for your experience. You have valuable experience. But after 2 rounds of interview, I was like, yeah, when did I do 2 rounds of interview? They're like, oh, we decided to go with somebody else. I was like, why is this looking like?
Is it like a trend or a pattern?
And again, I was not like, first of all, I'm hired though. Why are you not giving me interview breakfast letter again? I was like, oh, it's like I've been approaching this thing wrong. Like I need to approach it like I'm trying to sell myself for that particular job.
Yeah.
So the next one I got, I was like, oh, fantastic, I've done it. Kiniko, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I like to work with people. I got it. I was like, oh. So.
And I think that's why it's very important to talk to people, because you talked about talking to someone who then showed you, the way. It's very important, like especially when you're in a new environment, or even when you're in an environment that you think that you know what you're doing, but you feel like something is not working. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a change.
Yeah.
Like then you have to ask yourself, okay, what's happening? Reach out to somebody that has done this thing before and you see that they are flying at it. Because if not, you just stay in your own little cube and you're like, oh, like this is what I've been doing. Maybe if I try harder at this, but maybe you're doing it the wrong way, right? Maybe you are not getting exactly. And it doesn't end. When you're interviewing, it's something. When you're on the job, it's another thing. When you want to move higher on the job, it's another. Like, it never ends. It's like the moment you open your mouth and you're talking to somebody, it's like the cycle continues over and over again. So it's a skill that everybody needs to have at the end of the day. And I know that when people come, like, yeah, we are always, in fact, a lot of times, like, the feedback that a lot of people get when they first come is, oh, you need to talk out more. You need to speak out louder. You need to, because, and it's not because we don't, it's just because, like, there has been, like, our background has given us, like, some form of hierarchy. That, oh, these people have to come first. But now it's like everything is becoming scattered, and it's like not exactly. Once people are talking, you need to bring your own point of view, regardless of who is in the room. So if you know something, you don't just keep. In fact, you're not adding any value if you just keep quiet. So it's like now it's a different shift entirely. So it's very understandable that your first few times people tell you, oh, we didn't hear you. Like if you don't, and you're like, me quiet. If you know me for Lagos, go ask for me. So, but it's like a different ball game entirely. Like you have to always ask questions.
And I feel like even in like our line of business, like consulting, like I feel like that's, I don't see like a death sentence, but if you keep on hearing you're quiet, like that's bad news for you.
True.
Because I'm like, no, you can't be quiet. You can't be quiet. It's true. You can't be quiet.
You can't be.
I feel like the societal, like even expectations, right? Like in Nigeria, like if somebody says you're quiet, it's not a bad thing. Like it's just like, okay, she's just a quiet person. But you are quiet.
You're even expected to be quiet in a way, because it's like
you are, maybe if you're the youngest.
If you're the youngest, like you have to like give the honor and whatever to people that are older to first take up the room, and then if you're not the one that talks a lot, now they will not name you like that one. I respect those. You just say what's on that way, whatever.
Now you say, oh, empty barrel.
So it's a shift for sure. And I feel like, do you guys feel like how you see things, you now see things differently from how you saw things before? So I think you were telling me about how somebody wanted to reach out to you and the person just like sent you an email and whatever, and in their mind it's not like they were doing it maliciously, but you are like, that's not the way you do things. So like I think somebody wanted to meet with him, like someone wanted to schedule a call, but before you schedule a call, like it's just normal common sense and respect that you tell the person when are you available, you introduce yourself. But I think the person just like put some time on his calendar without any whatever.
Not in the body of the email, just the invite.
Just the invite.
This time,
but
an email I've not interacted with before. Or something.
And to him, it might not have been malicious, right? It might not have been like, even when we were in Nigeria, how many people did you schedule call with? Like before you started doing things outside of Nigeria, how many people did you schedule call with to say, oh, I'm putting some time on your calendar? Those words never really existed until we came here. Not on a work level, like on an outside of work level. Do you get? So it might not have been malicious to him, but now that you have some more experience outside of that environment, you're like, so I feel like now there are some things that I see. For instance, I've been trying to get something for a while, and there's another not culture, but there's another thing that people do where if they can't provide something for you, instead of telling you, oh, we can't provide this thing for you, we can provide at this particular time, they won't say anything. They just go quiet. Now, that thing irritates me. It frustrates me when I'm trying. Just tell me, I have not been able to do this. I'll get it to you by this time. People just go quiet. And I'm like, communicate. It's just like at work, like if you're doing something that you're not able to do, you have to communicate. You have to tell someone. Like, you have to always communicate. But I feel like over here is like we over communicate. Over there's like under communicated. I'm like, just talk to me. Just tell me. Like, if you cannot get it, just tell me. Let me move on and go and get this thing, something else. So sometimes I see some things now and I'm like, no, man, like, no.
Again, I think we also adapt to our environment, right? I always tell people, like, I think the last 2 weeks or so, a couple of students have reached out to me, like, oh, I want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, fine. And I remember back, I think it was even very early on after I had gotten here. You know, when you are applying for, like, MBA school, where you talk to, like, people on LinkedIn, you reach out to them, you do all of those things. And I remember there was a friend of mine or somebody that I shall met that I was trying to, just like saying, for example, I know that Dotun went to Emory, for example. I'm not like, okay, I know somebody in Emory that I'll tell him, or maybe let's say you Ebun, I'll say, okay, Ebun, I'll reach out to Dotun so that he will be expecting like a note from you. So then I'll not tell Dotun, my friend reach out to you, that kind of thing. Only for this friend to just say, this is what I'm going through, help me review my essay. I'm like, so it was not Dotun that now called me in that instance, and I said, I see what happened. I was just like, sorry, you. From this person.
It's like before you refer people, you have to coach them.
I never expected it because I'm like, so the person was not saying that. The person even had to like say that, hey, you didn't even say hi, hello, my name is. I got your name from so and so person. You just said, see my essay review. From here to here.
And I'm sure in that person's mind, they're like, oh, the person has talked to this person already, so they know, so they're expecting, so they're like, oh, let me just send it immediately. But the other person in question is like, how do you do things this way? I'm telling you, like, a lot of things that people do that we think don't make sense, sometimes it's not malicious. Sometimes it's just that's what they know as is normal.
But
it's not.
See this one now. When I was in UJ, I was on what they call this, like Terry Ambassador. So like students will reach out to you because they have your contact on like they see your contact on the website. And I remember, I think it was actually Toby that had this conversation. Like somebody set up a call with him, all of that, and the person joined the call. The person joined the call with bonnets.
Oh wow!
And the person was on their bed, like, so I want to come to Terry.
No, that's crazy.
So at that point,
come now.
And there's another one that I heard. I think that one was Derek. The person was like, Derek said the person was walking on the road. I'm like,
yeah.
What are we doing? What are we actually doing? So I feel like
over familiarity as well. Because the thing is, if you are talking to a non-Nigerian, you will never do that. I don't know why people like. You will never do that.
So sometimes it's like people just take things for granted.
Yeah.
Then another thing I've noticed as well is that whole quiet thing. So I think when I joined like this my current project that I'm on, and we had like one of our first calls, and again after I'd gotten the feedback of, oh, you need to ask questions, can you come me? I was talking, we should do this, we should do that one. There was one particular girl that she did not talk. In my head I was like, this girl was so quiet. In my head I was like, oh, so this is what they see when they say people are quiet. It's like, if they don't hear your voice like one of the first times, like that's the first impression they have of you, that this girl is going to be quiet, and then it just follows you around like that. So I feel like subconsciously we're already like taking all of these things to mind, and we don't even realize.
Oh yeah, we are changed for like, at least we are getting changed. But I think it's a good thing, because if you decide to have your own thing now, like whether it's here or not, the standard that you then bring to the table is going to be different from normal. Like the way you coach people, the way what you take in your company is going to be different from like the normal. Like we're not just going to do things anyhow. Like now you know better, so you can also like transfer that better to other people as well.
And then even things like timing. I know that there's the typical like Nigerian timing, and if you notice, like sometimes like in your personal life you might still be on that Nigerian timing thing. But in professional life, you're like on point. You are there for the meeting 5 minutes ahead, on time, all of that. So what do you want?
This one is eating up a little too close.
It was not intentional.
But no, definitely great. great point. You definitely need to show that you respect other people's time in and out of work, and it's a deliberate thing. Otherwise, I mean, there are times it could. If people are not like very calm, there are times it could create bigger issues than you need to have, all because just some little things you could have handled. So.
And then for this timing thing again, I think I was still talking to, because we're planning this like Nigerian event in Iwai. I don't think he joined the call, but like I was talking to Tolu, and I was like, that the last vendor that we used, that the first time we used her, she was very on point, on time. I was like, are we going to use the same person again? Because Mio, based on my last 5 to 6 experience, she has been very terrible with like timing and all of that. And I'm not like, but I also know that you also don't do events for just like Nigerians. You do other events. I'm not like, so are you like categorizing who you're going to be on time for versus who you will not be on time for? Or are you categorizing based on like maybe the font, like what they call like the pricing, like okay, maybe you bought something worth. And again, I understand that you might be doing like bulk delivery, but again, it's not me that will tell you how to run your business. Yeah. So why will you not deliver my food on time?
Timing is even one thing. Communication is another, and it boils down to under communication. Which I see why you say he's eating up. You are not able to make a particular time. Why are you not saying anything? 2 hours. You are 2 hours behind. And okay, another thing that we do is we communicate wrongly as well. It's like, I'm 5 minutes away. No, you are not.
It's a lie.
No, you are not. Why are you lying? So we try to. There's this thing where we feel like, and it's taking people for a fool. We feel like, if I say I'm 5 minutes away, to give the person
rest assurance.
But then 5 minutes later, they didn't see you. 10 minutes later, they didn't see you. You don't call. You say,
I feel like people also underestimate what 5 minutes is. Because they're
they
like,
they know what they're doing.
No, like sometimes you're like, I can do this in 5 minutes. But by the time you actually start and time yourself, you see that, okay, what you actually needed was like 20 minutes. But instead of you say 20 minutes, you're afraid the person will talk. You will not say,
you not lie.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Later, you're not like, that 5 minutes. Before you know, 40 minutes has passed.
If you say 5 minutes and you come in 10 minutes, you're like, okay. But you say 5 minutes and you come in like 1 hour.
I feel like Nigerians just have that thing of it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Like it makes you feel like less
pain.
So that you're not shouting.
And also they sometimes try to discount it. So if you probably tell someone 5 minutes in Nigeria, I feel like maybe you actually mean 15-20 minutes. If you say 15-20 minutes, like maybe it's 1 hour or something. And it's like, can we just all agree if it's 5, it's like the mode of 5.
True. That is what you're saying is
20. True. One time someone did something to me. I had an appointment, and for some things I was like running late. I was like, yes, I'll be 15 minutes late, because I exactly would be 15 minutes late. I was already on my way. I saw the ETA, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I'm running late. I gave the person the exact time. And then I get that the person was not there, but like, wait, what just happened? Like, okay, maybe they were going to, and I called the person like, they had to go do some other things that I was late, but I thought I was coming in. Like, but you said 15 minutes. I wasn't sure if it was going to be 15.
Or so it was going to be 1 hour.
They have just gone to they literally went to do their own live grocery shopping for like, they just literally just let me in their store, and I couldn't have that service. And I was like, okay, when I wrote 15, you assumed in your mind it was going to be like an hour or something. I was there 15 minutes, as I have told her, and she said that she had just left at that. Now she's on the highway. I'm like, why didn't you at least give me the benefit of doubt and just thought it was what every other in Nigeria?
Okay, like I want to now go and do this.
Or like communicate back to me too, like, because I told you
that's not going to work for me.
I didn't tell you after the time I told you before it was time. Like I told the person before I was due, like, okay, on my way it's gonna be this time when I arrive. Sorry, all as professional as it could be. So I think it's a thing that we have to change for Nigerians, actually, because the culture is still there. Because when you relate, even if you relate with people here and you know everybody agrees now, if you are relating with a lot of people in your life who still work on that frequency of estimate, it is just going to be tough.
Yeah.
Nothing that I said is true. If somebody says, I'm coming in 5 minutes, subconsciously you're just like 5 times 3. Okay, 15 minutes. Like, okay, 15 minutes person will get there.
Doing Nigerian maths.
Don't trust with time.
And even regular parties too. Like and I think vendors also know that. Like when you have a party, Because
start on
you
time.
also know that, okay, if I'm putting 6 on the menu, or if I'm just like when we're arranging this in, we're like, okay, if we put 5, people will not come by 5. So let's make it. So we will put 5 there with the intention that people will come by 6.
The time, yeah.
And then when you're not telling your vendor, maybe the person that is cooking the food,
tell them 3
you will tell them 3 o'clock with the intention that, okay, as bad as it is, even if you're late, you will come for, they will come by 8. So it's like everybody is doing their own.
We are all playing ourselves.
I feel like even when you're telling vendors, I need this food to be ready by 12 o'clock, they're like, I beg, the party's probably not till 7. So if I don't answer you till 4, until you bring that food and I don't pay you your balance.
Yeah. And the thing that they'll not be dragging with you, they'll be dragging balance with you, be like, we're paying my money. Nah, we we all need to do better.
One of the
we all need to do better.
Close to me did a birthday photo shoot, and she told the person like, I need the pictures, the edited pictures, this date, which she gave a couple of days before her actual birthday, like that's my
buffer.
birthday, right? Just in case of buffer. The person missed that initial date, which the fake birthday code. Also missed even the actual birthday. I sent it like the day after, and it was like, what do you want me to do with?
What do you want me to do with the picture?
With this? I told you this was my birthday. Why are you just sending it at this?
No, that one is
At
unacceptable.
this time, and it was just like
that one is unacceptable.
It's giving Nigerian tailor.
True.
Nigerian
oh
tailor.
my goodness. PTSD. Oh my goodness.
Because it's after the event has happened. I'm like, sister, come and collect your clothes.
To do what? To do what?
God.
On the day of my sister's wedding, I mean, I was meant to wear certain clothes. It probably was weeks after that I received the clothes.
Weeks after the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
What did you wear for the wedding?
Just a regular clothes, and it was funny. Oh my God, this communication thing, this thing is giving me PTSD. That's why I keep saying, oh my God. that's the PTSD eating from this. So I was meant to wear like a suit type, a special custom suit, blah blah blah. The person was like, oh, they were meant to have brought it some days before, oh blah blah blah. They would bring it the day before the event. It's like, this is tough, but okay, fine. I'll just wear a normal, decent clothes, outfit. They will bring it before the event. They will be like, okay, sorry, it's coming late. You come before the event starts. So I wear a regular, decent clothes, and that's how the event starts. Events
and
finish.
then
I literally wore just regular.
Did you appear in the pictures?
I wasn't in pictures because I wasn't cool about it. Sometimes I may show in some, and I was even still waiting. Like, let me not go into the church first. Like, let me just wait for my clothes to come. So I missed a lot of the services outside. It was like
clothes never come.
I think this thing also happened for like Simi's wedding, because I traveled for her wedding now, and I think the wedding was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that, and maybe I got there on maybe Thursday, Friday, something like that, and I got there maybe like on a Friday, and they were not telling me just like, we were all staying in one house, like all the bridesmaids, we were all staying in one. They're like, that she went to go and fight. Simi, sorry for putting you on, because she literally had to go and fight the tailor. Like they had to go to like the person's shop to see, where is my clothes.
That's crazy.
Like, where is my clothes? My wedding is tomorrow. Where is my clothes?
That's crazy.
So
we can't build international brand like that though. We cannot build. We can't build international brand like
buffer.
that.
Like, imagine. Good.
Even with the buffer, the fact that the clothes will not be ready is crazy.
Oh yeah, I don't think people should be doing that again. At least the tailors I've worked with in my adult years, at least my tailor, he delivers.
The thing is, I mean, once you find someone that delivers, so stick to them.
But there's also something where it happens where maybe people get big and then they forget. I don't say they forget where they started from, but like, when maybe you found them, you both are working together, and then maybe it's not because of you, Sha, but like obviously they now get bigger because of like their work is actually good. Then it's not like, okay, my customer, we've been customer. I'm still paying your correct money.
They will now put you at the back because
they know they see you again. No, they know they pick your call. Even when you give them clothes, they will not.
Yeah, some people do that as well.
But they will not start doing less. Like the quality of work for you will not be bad. You'll not be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So there was one I was going to mention. I wanted us to talk about financial mistakes, in the sense of like, because I was saying something about like, people don't really understand like the benefits that you get at work. So you just think, okay, when like American companies, that they will give you like your salary, bonus, whatever. But like there's some additional perks that come with it that people don't realize, like 401k, for example. So like, do you guys have like any of that? Because I saw something where I think there are some companies, I don't even know if they do it in our own firm, but like it takes a while before they start matching your 401k, something like that.
Yeah.
So this girl was talking about how, because obviously she's an immigrant, they were like, oh, do 401k. She's like, I'm an immigrant, kinikon. But basically like that match means that maybe like they're matching 25%. So whatever money you put there, 25% of it is there. And she didn't do like a 401k for like the first 5 or 6 years of working in America. So like she literally lost money because it's free money that she could have earned, right? So like, is there anything like that for you guys on like?
I would say it's more along the same veins, because even now I wouldn't say I'm doing it very well, but there are lots of benefits you could get from work that you should be aware of. You should really pay attention to it. I know even for office, I think there are like your phone and internet expenses. I didn't used to do it until like 4 months ago.
Are you serious? I do that
Until like 4 months ago.
I do that one.
I didn't used to do it. Yeah.
You can actually take some back. You just put a comment there.
Yeah.
You can get it back.
Do it.
Yeah,
You should get it
now-
back.
No, you just
because
do it in bulk, like
because
you
it
just do
adds
4
up really
months.
quickly.
Yeah, and it does when I just like, oh, that's some decent things.
I do it to get my money. Once I
Like,
see that my credit card balance is already going up like this, I'm like, where do I
Like,
need
where
to
will I
get
get
money
money?
from?
this is your gym stuff. Are you using
use
that
Wellhub?
office?
Gym pass? No, I don't.
Do you use
Well,
I
Wellhub?
don't, because it's come in a way. Like what I pay right now is less than what I'll be paying if I use that. I know some
Well,
people
we can
that
talk after this, but I doubt it though, because it's
It's supposed to be lower.
it's likely going to be.
Wait, let's talk about
Yeah,
it
we can.
because I checked
Let's
for.
take this offline.
Yeah, let's take this offline.
Offline.
Also, I know one of our colleagues has spoken one day about like those ones were married and they were trying to do the whole birth thing.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
office
yeah.
supports, like,
Yeah, they have
like
that one.
50,000.
huge
Yeah.
funds for that. They are on and on of the, but it's good to know the.
I think one thing
benefits.
that at least this where we work does is like they do like some series. I think L&D does some series where they talk about like benefits. It was in one of them that I started getting some of the things that I could do better. Like even the difference between Roth, IRA and traditional 401k and all of those things. I feel like at this point it's like information is key, and wherever you can get it from. That's why I'm always very keen on talk to people. Like don't just stay in your lane and just be shy and be like, oh, I'm on my own. No, like I talk to people anytime I see that people, I even like money conversations. Anytime I see that people are talking about like, oh, this is money, there's sometimes I just ping some of my colleagues and I'm like, oh, what are you doing with this thing? Like, how are you doing it? Because if you're doing it a better way than me, then I want on whatever it is that you are doing. So yeah, and in fact, I would even say that talk to Nigerians that have been here for a very, very, very long time, or non-Nigerians, because they're the ones that will give you because they've lived here for a very long time, so they will give you all the benefits. Sometimes you hear of something, you're like, oh, that exists, right? So like, never underestimate the power of like talking to people and hearing that. I'm sure that there will always be opportunity for like money, like money investments and things like that. But I remember when I got into the firm, I was like, I started doing the 401k almost immediately. I did Roth at some point. Like anytime they say, oh, money series or whatever, or this or that, I'm joining, because I'm like, like let's not come here and now and now come and be doing stuff. And I'm not, when it comes to money, I'm not like I don't know it all at all. If I don't even claim to know it all. There was one series that I remember they had at work, and then there was this person who was so knowledgeable about like, and we do the same work as well. This person is even a much more senior person. The person was talking about all of his investments. Hey, the thing wowed me. I started pinging. I mean, once somebody says something, I just start pinging other people. I'm like, are you on this call? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? And that way, like, you now start, as a group, now start researching other things. So like when you hear something, you ask me like, oh, how far? Are you doing this? Or are you doing that? So that's another thing that I used to do as well. Like, once I hear something, I'm like, hey, did you know that this thing exists? Oh, did you know that this thing exists? And then that way, you too, when you hear something, you also be like this. So
yeah. And talking about financial mistakes too, maybe to say don't see your gross income or whatever it is. don't think that is close to your net
Your
pay.
take home.
Yeah.
During my internship, I made that mistake.
Internship was good because
Correct.
we're not charged as much as we are charged now.
Oh, I was with a different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a
Never
different
mind.
company then, and
Yeah.
then they had told me they are giving some allowance for my housing. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great. I looked at the amount. Oh, this will give me a decent house. You know, let's assume say 100, right? And I was like, okay, but the houses that I'm saying were above that, so like, okay, maybe say 150. I'm like, okay, fine, I can. If they are giving me this with that, I should be fine. And then by the time I, would get the income net of taxes, it was only like 55.
Yeah.
That was coming from there. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And I was already in a commitment for the place to stay. So that was a mistake.
That's a really good one. That's a really, really good
And
one.
it reminds me of it reminds me of bonuses too. You know how when you are getting like a new job or something, they'll tell you that, oh, they will give you this amount of bonus. I don't know if that is a trick. Maybe a finance person can correct me if I'm wrong. But like they add it to your main salary. It
And
now
it's
increases
taxed.
it now taxes it higher.
Yeah.
So if you're supposed to get $1,000, you'll now be getting like $400. I'm like, sorry, this is not what when you're telling me bonus, I thought you meant
Just
so
give me
that gross and
separately.
net one.
Yeah.
No. So I
Be
think
like-
even now, anytime I'm seeing like all these like big numbers, like okay, in my head and that thing I learned it from like in UJ too, like our scholarship money. The first scholarship, I think we were getting, I think it was like 5,000 or something. Like big girl, not like big girl, but like we are getting a lot of money. The first money that came was, I think the first time it came, it was like maybe 3.2. The next semester it was like 2.8.
It's like one
And you'll
has
be
to
planning with that
understand
money.
the tax system in this country, because it's also the other way around. When we're in Nigeria, if they call this bread 15 naira, you buy it for 15 naira. Even in Europe, right? It's like when the amount that you see is the amount that you pay. Over here, the amount you see is not the amount you pay. If you are buying something for like 150, quickly do like maybe like plus or minus, like plus 50 or something. Like it might not reach that though, but you say approximately $200. Even when you are buying something for someone and you see price. Because even now, when someone tells me, "Oh, buy this thing for me on Amazon," I will do as if I want to check out, because that way they will have added the tax. I will now send that picture, because people will be like, "Oh, the phone is 1,700 now. Why is the bill 2,300?" I'm like, that 1,700 is not the this. By the time they add,
all those technology tax.
I'll do as if I want to check out. I will now send the whole.
Shipping and
So it's
delivery.
like when you want to buy something is higher, when you are collecting your money is lower. The one that happened to us really internship, because now you get a lot of deductions, much more now than when we were interning. So like now you have like all this social security, kiniko, you have 401k, you have tax, you have this. When we were interning, we didn't have all of that. So we still had taxes, but the deductions were not that much. So in my head, I thought that the amount that I was earning during my internship is the amount that I don't think I will ever end up working. Like because by the time they hit you with all the deductions, the amount we're earning as intern, no, we were balling, no. But the moment we resumed, I saw my first salary. I sent it to, was Chinelo at that time. I said, Chinelo, how much did you receive? I called Ola, how much did you receive? Of course, like the money may vary because of some places will have state tax, some people. But even though, like, I didn't realize that everybody received the same thing. I said, but when we were interning, we were collecting this amount of money, because in my head I had already pictured it that. I think we were also talking about this. And we were saying, "Oh, what's the increase?" But that increase, forget about it.
Oh yeah,
Forget about
it.
It's like,
$200.
forget that. Even that one said, forget about it. It's like, at this point, it's the passion. It's not the increase
It is
anymore.
the passion, of course.
So yeah, no, that one. No, that's a very good one. That's a huge shock, culture shock, for sure. So before we end, we usually give like nuggets, or whatever you want to leave the people with before we go. So what are you leaving the people with today?
I think there's just this some of my favorite things I tell myself, and maybe just one of this is acknowledge him, and he would direct your path. And just say the same thing to others. Acknowledge him, meaning God, and he would direct your path. It's a place in the Bible, and it's it's a deeper layer to it, meaning that you are not just saying, you are necessarily not saying that, oh yeah, he has shown me that this path is perfect. Oh yes, convince me this. It's just mean you are acknowledging him that he knows things that you don't. He's in charge of it overall, and you're trying to bring him into the things that you're doing, and he would do all the minor works that you can see or can't do, and he would direct your path. So
Nice. My today's dose of EO, I think I would say that time. I would say, like, going back to what we talked about on how based on when we started working compared to now, like, we can obviously see the difference, we can see the growth. So I think just whoever is listening, just understanding that time is going to, there are a lot of things that you're going to forget with time, and there are a lot of things that you are going to develop and cover up with time as well. So now you might be thinking, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing in this company, people don't trust me, all of those things. Like, I think it's always like growing pains of, like, when you enter a new firm, when you enter a new role, a new job or whatever. But I think just knowing that, okay, with time and like patience, all of those things will pass. And you just find out that you are literally like somebody else different from when you started. I think yesterday I was having a call with one of my friends. We interned together, and I was like, and we started back in 2024 together, and we're just talking about some of the wins we had, and I'm like, see us talking like people that know what we are doing. That in 2024 we're like, hey God, like we're literally scared, and we're like, oh, the funny thing is that in 2 years time now we'll be saying, oh, think about like we're literally living in that answered prayer of compared to where we were now. See, now we are getting so many good reviews, we're getting this, we're getting that, we're getting this. So it's just a matter of time. I think that's my today's dose of you. It's just a matter of time, and you'll see like God move differently in your life.
Yeah. So for me, I have like two, but I'll just say one. Maybe this my second one before another time. But yeah, like, ask questions. I think I've said it a lot of times as well. Like, keep asking questions when you don't know something or certain things. Like, don't keep to yourself. Ask people, ask your peers, ask people that have gone ahead of you, because it's better when you learn from other people's mistakes than when you now have to go through the process and make your own mistake. Like, right now, I feel like I'm at that point where I'm like, let me learn from other people. There's a Yoruba adage that says that you can have as many clothes as an older person, but you can't have as many experience, I believe, as the older person. So like, people that have done it before, and I'm not even talking about age, I'm talking about like people that that have done this thing before, and they have more experience than you, right? They are like the best set of people to go to for things. So yeah, no, don't keep to yourself. Ask questions.
But we've come to the end of today's episode. Dotun, we've had a fantastic time with
thank you for coming on. How do you feel?
It feels good to be on the other side of the podcast.
Will you listen to this episode? Will you listen to yourself?
Yeah, and I'm probably going to be laughing and be like, oh my God.
Call out the people that you want to watch, that you want them to watch this specific episode.
Look at their eyes.
Sheo and Femi. Yeah.
Only Sheo and Femi.
You will not both on my.
You will not call Fumi's name.
So Fumi has seen as it some with me in the past, so yeah, I'm sure Fumi would also watch.
She also listens to support her husband.
Exactly. She has to. Oh God.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Dotun, for coming. We enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, we did.
People
really laughed. Really laughed.
Yeah. At least now you know. And for people that are listening, if you ever have Dotun and you're playing Mafia, listen to what he says, because it's most likely that he knows.
It was so funny. Dotun said, "I am a villager. I am a villager." No, there was one time he said, "It's going to be a waste of blood." Oh no! Yes, there was.
The funny thing is, he's the kind of person that you need in like all these short form clips of like when they are showing Mafia, like game night. I've seen different clips of Dotun saying, like, "Don't kill me."
He was giving us bars. Somebody said, "I've known Dotun for almost 3 years now, and he does not talk as much as this." He said, "I don't believe him. Why are you talking too much?" He said, I say, "Oh my God, it's just going to be a waste of blood. I am telling you, I am a villager." Oh my god. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for having me. This was
fun.
This was really fun.
Okay. If you have any questions, if you have any experience that is similar to what we have, maybe you made like blunders at work, or maybe there are some things that since you moved outside of Nigeria, your mind has been reoriented about. Let us know. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to your comments, and
we'll see you in
Can
the
you
next.
also share the Mafia experiences?
Oh yeah.
that's true. Share your Mafia. If you don't know what Mafia is, come and pay me. I will explain to you. In fact, I'll come and be your narrator. I need to host soon so that we'll play Mafia again.
Do it,
and I need to do like a large group, like 15
That would
people.
be nice. That would be nice.
It's not going to be anything crazy. Like, it's just going to be let's hang out. Maybe I can do that actually. Maybe on a Sunday evening. It's like, let's just hang out. And we'll just do small chops and drinks, and we'll have a good time.
Fun.
You guys should be on the lookout for that. Yeah. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.